What's up, guys? I hope we're doing amazing. It is a beautiful Saturday. Feels like a Sunday, weirdly enough. So this is Road to LAMBORGHINI episode 39. Let's get into it. I want to talk about breaking or being the odd one in the generation, right? And becoming like Batman. That's what I want to talk about. How do you become Batman? Because I am Batman, right? Now, you can't become Batman because I'm Batman, but you can get close, right? In your family right now, if you're listening to this, and then a second I want to talk about sales and why it's the best business, and I guess sales in itself isn't exactly a business. It kind of is, it kind of isn't. But also how to get into it, how to make a bunch of money in it, and why it's so important, right? And then also talking about your vision. So, firstly, right, in your family right now, I bet you're probably watching this content because you're ambitious, right? Now, most of your other family members, whether it's your brother, sister, dad, mum, uncle, auntie, cousins, probably aren't as ambitious as you. That's just how I felt. Like, I'm talking from my experience. If you're watching this sort of content, you're probably pretty ambitious. You're trying to achieve big things in life. You've got goals, you've got visions. People think you're delusional. People think you're crazy, etc. Right? And people don't really understand you. That's very, very normal. Right now, the thing that you've got to realize is a lot of those people are probably not in a financial position they want to be in. And there's going to be times in life where finances come in really handy, right? I wrote this on my Twitter. I wrote about how money doesn't exactly buy you happiness, but it gives you freedom. And 95% of the problems that come up in life can be solved or at least massively improved by throwing money at it, right? What do I mean by that? Someone breaks their foot, right? And they need urgent treatment. If you have the money to go private, you can get it done way quicker, way better quality 99% of the time, and it's just going to be a better experience overall, right? So it can help with health. I'm not saying it's going to stop you from dying, of course it's not, but like that just doesn't make sense. That's just a stupid comment when people are like, well, yeah, but actually having a bunch of money doesn't stop you from dying. I mean, even then it can help massively. Like if you have, let's say, disease or something, if you go private, if you go to Switzerland, if you get the best doctor on the planet, you got a way better chance of, being better off. But of course, it doesn't exactly solve you or stop you from dying, right? But that's not a measure of how important something is does it stop you from dying? Because nothing really does, right? Apart from God, but I guess even that's afterlife. So that's firstly, right? Most problems can actually be solved by throwing money at it. Your mum feels sad, or your dad feels sad, or your sisters just aren't very happy. Book them a trip to the Maldives for a week. I guarantee they'll feel happier, right? Book them a trip to the Maldives. Go first class, right? You don't even have to go first class. I don't know how long the flight is. And if you're over like 5 hours, you might as well go first class unless you're like broke, right? And then just get a 5-star accommodation for them. Get them near a swimming pool. Get them near a beach. Guarantee they'll come back a week later, fat smile on their face. Right now, I'm not saying you should, I'm not saying be empty to the point where you don't realize that there's more to life than money. Of course there is, but money can solve a lot of problems, right? Money can solve a lot of problems. So my point is you need to be that person, that one person, that Superman in your family, that superhero who comes in and everyone else is like broke or doesn't have money, or one person's paying off a mortgage, one person's got to buy a car, there's finances, like especially in the Western world nowadays, bro, so many people are so broke. Like literally there's a bunch of people in debt right now, especially in the UK and the US, because everyone's just like, everything has went up in prices and people are just not making as much money, right? In proportion to how much things cost. So if you can be that one superhero, you're going to solve and be like a beacon of hope to the family. Like you can literally be looked at like a superhero. Like your cousins are going to look up to you, your brothers are going to look, like you're just going to feel amazing, right? And you're also just going to be a genuine, amazing person. That's why you want to make money, so that you can help the people around you. And of course, live a luxurious life, live an amazing lifestyle, but it's so that you have a freedom to help the people around you and do what you want with your life, with whoever you want, whenever you want, right? That is freedom. Do whatever you want, whenever you want, with whoever you want. Right? Very, very simple. And on top of that, wherever you want. That's why sales is so important as well. So that's the first topic, right? Secondly, let's talk about sales, right? I can't remember if it was one I mentioned before that, but let's talk about sales, okay? Sales has changed my life. Sales has changed most entrepreneurs' life. Like I saw a statistic, it was about 95% of billionaires or something started in sales, right? Whether it was door-to-door, whether it was cold calling, whether it was working under a company, whether it was a sales manager, whether it was just building their own business, whether it was like e-commerce, but a type of sales is extremely important. And the main type of sales should be communication, not like e-commerce, right? The main type of sales you should develop is communicating to people, persuading people, understanding emotions, understanding human nature, understanding how to get what you want out of life. Very, very important skills. Right, if you can master that, you're never going to go broke again. If you know how to speak and get someone to pay you money in return for something which you can create, you are going to be rich forever. Because even if, let's say, cold calling stops, you can just move on to cold DMing. If cold DMing stops, you can move into, and by the way, all of these are outbound, right? Obviously, you can have inbound, which is like building a personal brand, like a YouTube channel or an Instagram where people come to you. But if you're good at speaking, you can do outbound whenever you need to. And the thing is with outbound, by the way, outbound is when you connect with a customer rather than them coming to you. The good thing with that is you can track it and you can decide, because there's basically unlimited leads on the planet. There's literally infinite leads. So if there's infinite leads, there's infinite money. That's what you got to realize. Every single person on this planet is a buyer. They've bought something. You watching this right now have probably bought a hoodie in your life. You've bought trousers. Also, by the way, guys, I didn't even mention this. Look at these daily uploads. We're after it, right? First day, 1st of November today. Brand new month. Let's crush it. Write down your vision. Write down your goals. Write down how much money you want to make. Make a ton of money. Make this the month where you change your life. And then every single month is all just about momentum and consistency to build up. And within 12 months, you can be living a completely different life with a Lamborghini, nice car, nice house, blah, blah, blah. You can just retire your parents. Like, live an amazing life. You just need one good day, one good week, one good month, and then that turns into one good year, which is where you really change your life within 12 months, right? Even 6 to 12 months, sometimes even 3 to 12 months, you can change your life. So anyway, sales is really important because you can basically create money out of thin air. Like if I decide right now, which is literally what I'm going to do after this video, that I want to make X, Y, and Z amount of money, I can go and do a certain amount of work and then book a certain amount of calls, take a certain amount of calls, have a certain amount of conversations with qualified people who are interested in my product or at least want help, right, in what I help them with. Make them understand how I can help them, show them results, show them receipts, show them proof, actually change their life and get paid a ton of money. That is such a valuable skill. Like that is literally infinitely valuable. Like I can literally take a flight right now to the Maldives. I always use Maldives as an example, or to Spain, or to France, or to Germany, or to Switzerland, or to Lithuania, or Slovenia, or Slovakia, or Czech Republic, or Poland, or Hungary, or anywhere on the planet, right? Or any country in Africa, any country in Asia. I can go wherever I want, whenever I want. I can go to New Zealand tomorrow. I can go to Australia tomorrow, whenever I want, and still make money. It's not like I'm losing money. Like, yeah, sure, I pay for flights, but I can make that back in one sale. Right, I can make the flights, the hotel, and the amount of money I spend in a week wherever on the planet back within one deal closed. Right, you just need one person to agree. Like even if you're awful at sales, you can do that as long as you put in a rep. So get into sales, man. It will change your life. Everything will change about your life. You'll become so much better at communicating. You'll understand other people better. You'll have better relationships, not just girlfriend, boyfriend, but also like with your mum, with your dad, with everyone. You're just going to have better relationships in general. You're going to be able to develop way more relationships, which means it's going to open doors to even more opportunities and your whole life is going to skyrocket. I'm telling you, if there's one piece of advice I can give you, get into sales. Get into sales. Get into sales, bro. It's going to change your life, right? Because with a base salary, if you work a normal job, you're capped at a certain point. Even if you get promotion, it's going to be up 10%. In sales, you can double your money you make every single month for the first 12 months. Even after that point, it just gets more and more difficult, obviously, the more money you make. If you make 500K a month, it's hard to make $1 million the next month. But even that is possible, right? But especially for the first 10 months or 12 months, probably even for the first 3 years, you can double your money, like literally every single month, or at least like 1.5x it. Like you can start making 1K a month, 2K a month, 4K a month by the 3rd month, 8K a month by the 5th month, blah, blah, blah. It can keep on going up like that. Like it really can. I've seen it with so many of my clients. There's so many people I talk to, right? That's how, because sales can change your life, bro. Once you understand the game, not master it, because you can never truly master it. But once you get really good at the game and you understand it, and you like have certain systems in place, have certain structures, frameworks, and mindset, and you have all that foundation, bro, you can just build up on it and decide how much money you want to make, and then boom, you just go out there and make it. Plus, it gives you a best lifestyle. Like if you haven't already, watch Wolf of Wall Street, bro. That's the lifestyle you can live. I'm not saying all of it's good, but you can live whatever life you want to live. Like you have full and utter freedom, right? So anyway, that's it, man. So get into sales, will change your life. Work your ass off. And most importantly, another thing I want to talk about, right, is don't overcomplicate life, bro. Like really don't overcomplicate it. Stay away from vices. So that can be like pointless relationships where like you don't want to be with someone for long term. You're just being with them for sex or whatever, right? So pointless relationships, chasing girls, all that stupid stuff. And then, by the way, the biggest superpower as a man, especially at a young age, is if you find a woman by your side who's actually like wants you to succeed and is very feminine and is God-fearing, and you're like in a Christ-centered relationship. That's going to expand your life so much. It's going to make you so much happier. But what I'm saying is don't chase those random relationships where you know they're not going to go anywhere, right? It's just stupid, bro. So anyway, any vices like that, or porn, or video games, or smoking weed, or drugs, or vaping, or TikTok, Instagram Reels, social media, scrolling. There's a bunch of addictions, right? I think I already mentioned video games, watching Netflix all the time. All of these things, stay away from vices, number one. Okay, that's number one. Number two, build good habits. Wake up at a good time, go to sleep at a good time, fix your sleep schedule, get everything in place like that, right? And then another big thing is just get in extremely good shape. These are just the things that have worked with me, and it's what's going to change your life, right? Get in good shape, get in really good physical condition. If you can and you have the opportunity to, learn how to fight, right? Learn how to be good at martial arts, learn how to defend yourself and defend the people around you that you love, and then make a bunch of money. If you do those 5 things or 4 things, you're going to live a pretty good life. Like, and then obviously number one ahead of anything is make sure you stay close to God. Like, don't fall away. As soon as you find yourself being sad, I guarantee it's because you're sinning, right? The truth and the best, like the key to happiness is just don't sin, bro. I'm not even joking. If you don't sin, you're going to feel fulfilled. You're going to feel a sense of peace, not even happiness, because happiness can be fleeting. You're going to feel a sense of peace inside, right? And another thing I want to talk about quickly, hold on, let me check. Trying to retire. Okay. Another thing, I've literally got like 2 minutes left on this video because I'm about to do a call, right, with someone who's definitely going to close the client because I'm good at communication. He's committed, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going to do a bunch of work today, boys. Let's get after it. Already went to the gym, smashed the workout, went to church, went to confession, did adoration as well. And feeling on top of the world, feeling close to Jesus. Relationship's amazing, as always. Everything's just going really, really well right now. Right now, I just got to work. Hustle. Let's get this money. But what did I want to say? What was I going to say, boys? Oh, I just can't remember. I've actually lost it. I've messed it up, boys. My mind just went blank. By the way, sleep schedule's getting fixed as well. Woke up like 7:40 today or 7:30. So it's getting better. I'm going to put it down to 7 or 6:55 now. But yeah, man, like get after it, make some money, do all of those things. And by the way, most importantly, right, why do my eyes look weird now? I swear my eyes look weird once I rub my eyes. Am I tripping? Do my eyes not look weird now? Bro, maybe I'm actually tripping. Okay, let me lock in. Anyway, another thing I would say is if you don't cut out the vices, one of those vices is going to ruin the rest of your life. So what do I mean by that? Is you can be making a bunch of money, but you will not feel fulfilled if you've got vices. That one vice will be what the devil will use against you to ruin your life. That one vice you have right now that you think isn't that bad, whether it's pornography, whether it's video games, whether it's social media scrolling, whatever it is, that one vice you got, vaping, drugs, alcohol, going out on the weekends, that one vice is going to ruin your whole entire life. I'm not even joking. Or it's going to make everything so much worse. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you from my experience. And I'm telling you from a bunch of people I've spoken to. One vice will ruin your life. You need to cut out all the vices, then start stacking good habits, stack schedules, stack routines, get all of this in place, find out your hobbies, things that make you happy, all of these sort of things. And then on top of that, just make a bunch of money, get in extremely good shape. Like genuinely, 3 things. Get close to God, get in extremely good shape, get good at fighting, which comes hand in hand kind of, ish. Well, not exactly, but kind of. And then make a bunch of money. Do those 3 things and you're going to feel pretty fulfilled, right? People overcomplicate how to be happy or fulfilled or excited as a man, right? And by the way, one key metric I would say to like decide like, am I on the right path? Do you wake up excited? If you don't wake up excited every single morning, there's something off. Like there's something off. And you know what you need to do? You need to grab a pen and paper. And that's the last thing I want to talk about, visualization. Grab a pen and paper, design the life you want to live, get after it. And then just as long as you have a clear vision of the life you want to live and it's serving other people, you're never going to struggle with motivation ever again. It doesn't mean you're not going to work again. It doesn't mean you're not going to feel lazy, but you're never going to struggle with the motivation. Like you're never even going to think about quitting. Why? Because if you have a vision and a purpose that's bigger than you, you don't even think about, well, I don't feel motivated to do it, because you need to do it for your family. You need to do it for your mum that's worked her whole life. You need to do it for your dad that's worked his whole life. You need to do it for your sisters to give them the best life. You need to do it for your fiance, girlfriend, wife, right? Because you want to give her the best life. That's what it means to be a man. You're not going to struggle with, oh, well, I can't be asked to work. No, you have to work because you got kids that you need to provide for, whether they're alive now or whether you're going to have them in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. You got stuff is expensive, man. Life is expensive. Life is expensive, especially when you're caring for a lot of people. But that's how it's going to be. That's why it makes it so rare to be like I said, a superhero. Someone who can just pay for a bunch of things. And I'm not saying money is the key to happiness. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying it can solve a lot of things. And it can make people around you so happy, which will make you happy, give you better energy, and overall make your life so much better. So get after it, get close to God, make a bunch of money, get into sales if you're not already. If you want to work with me one-to-one, you want to learn more about what I do and how we've worked with over 100 clients now, just over 100 clients. We literally hit 100 like 2 or 3 days ago. With the partnership/consulting company which I run right now, which is where I'll basically help you either start or scale your online business. We usually recommend coaching or copywriting businesses or service-based businesses. And I'll literally take you through the whole system. Then you can DM me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram link in the description. Message me there, shoot me a text. Even if you don't think you want to work with me right now, shoot me a text there or message me or just shoot me a follow there anyway, because I post way more content there and you're going to get a bunch of value for free. With that said, that's the end of this video. See you boys tomorrow. Let's get after it. November's going to be a beautiful month. November's going to be a big, abundant month. We're going to make a ton of money this month, get in the best shape of our lives. Let's get it. Let's get it, baby. I'll speak to you guys tomorrow.